Everton manager Sean Dyche and captain Seamus Coleman have led the tributes to Bill Kenwright following the death of the Everton chairman at the age of 78. Both laid a wreath at the Dixie Dean statue outside Goodison Park this morning before Dyche posted a message on the club website. Dyche called Mr Kenwright an amazing servant who stood by the club even through the toughest times. Dyche also said he was extremely professional and respectful to all. Well, ahead of training, players and staff held a minute's silence for their chairman, who Coleman also described as a friend.
He meant an awful lot. He was so important in my time here at Everton. You know, going away from the whole chairman part for a minute, he was just a good man who absolutely idolised Everton Football Club, and he had a very special way of making all his players feel very special and very important, and whether that be, you know, a big hug when he sees you or a text message after a game to, you know, numerous players. He just had a special way about him, and yeah, listen, he'll be so missed by us all, and yeah, we just want to remember him on all the good times.
All my condolences. My good vibes, it's all into the family. The spirit of this guy was immense. He represents so much for Everton fans and players, because it was all about those values that we recognize this club. It was the identity of the club. So it's a massive blow. I just like, yeah, can see that it's a big history that is going with this guy. Determination, values, respect, as well, a true fan.
In terms of a figure in the city of Liverpool, Bill Kenwright may have supported the team on the Blues side, but in Liverpool's time of need following the Hillsborough disaster in 1989, he was there for them.
I read a little bit recently, and like, obviously a massive heart for the city and a massive heart for Everton, but the message he gave around the Hillsborough thing, or the speech he held that time, I heard about. They choose the wrong city and the wrong mums. It's a really strong message, and with all the rivalry with Everton, especially around the games, I don't think we have any issues with each other left and right of the games. So this just shows how united we are in these moments, and that's really big, and he found the absolute right words for it. So same here. My condolences to the family, and I hope they're okay.
Well, fans have also been paying their respects with flowers, scarves and messages of support for his family.
I know his favourite player was Dave Hickson, and mine was Alex Young. He was playing when I first started coming to the grounds. So he was almost, I've never met the man, but he was almost like part of me life, you know. And I always had great respect for him, not just as an Everton supporter, which he obviously was through and through.
I've been a lifelong Evertonian. I think he's probably the chairman I remember more than anybody before him. He was a tremendous man. He rescued Everton at a time when we were really struggling.
I think from the very early days when he first took the club on, seemed to be in such a sad state, and he took it on, and I just think he gave everything he possibly could.
He was obviously a very decent man, you know. He was well loved and respected across the country, really. He was also a great scouser. He did a lot for this city, you know. It sounds like Hillsborough. He really stepped up to the plate.
Everton was always his real passion, coming from just down the road here. He really was an out-and-out true blue.
Bill Kenwright was instrumental in Everton's plans to move from Goodison Park to a new stadium at Bramley Moor Dock. The former mayor of Liverpool, Joe Anderson, believes that will be his legacy.
I know Bill will say, you know, to the fans, look, get behind the team, you know, stick together. He was one of us, he was one of our own, and no matter what happened over you know, the last couple of years, people have got to remember that. And for me, it will be the legacy, because I know how hard he, and in particular, he put his trust in Denise Baxendale to deliver the stadium, and it's been delivered. You know, he brought Dan Mice to the table. He was determined, and even Farhad Moshiri will tell you that without Bill's commitment and passion and drive, and Dyche working alongside him, we wouldn't be where we are today with that stadium. And it will be a legacy, and I hope the club recognise that, you know, call it Bill Kenwright Plaza, you know, where the stadium is, or whatever, name something after him in a fit and truly rememberable way for him, because it is his legacy.